What's up, everybody? It is your girl, Indescribeabull, aka Jerrilyn Lake, and I'm sitting here with my bestie,
Lynee Monae, and we are on She Said It First, the Urban One podcast on the Urban One Podcast Network. Period.
Freya, I just have to say, the growth and progress between us on this podcast, I have to give you your props.
You got,
Twin.
come on. Where have you been?
Now, you know we gotta kick this off with what irritated me this week, but I do want to ask you because I know you had your birthday this past week and you was on a trip, so how was it?
Girl, it was so much fun. I turned 30 fine, you know what I mean? So yes. I was giving it up for all my 30 and over crew. I think I did that. I really think I did that. I went to a nice dinner. I went with the ATVs. Girl, then it broke down. Child, started pouring raining, but you know, that's nothing here nor there. Then we ended up in Miami coming back. I went to a drag brunch. It was just a whole lot going on, girl. Straight off the plane, straight here. And I'm exhausted. I'm old, okay? So now, reminder, now that I know that I did all that stuff, I never do it again. That was too much, okay? I just want to relax.
But you got it out the way, though. Like, you enjoyed yourself. You felt celebrated and loved, and that's exactly how you should feel on your birthday. So I'm so glad that you had a wonderful time.
Thank you. Friend, is it okay to jump into what irritated me, though?
Because I just feel like you got something on your heart. So
because we started talking about my birthday, and I was going to save it, but I kind of want to get straight to it.
Tell me what irritated you this week, sis.
So I woke up on my birthday in Dominican Republic. That's where I was at, and I just want to know why my wig was balding. Like, why my wig was balding on my birthday? Why I don't have no edges? Or the minute I woke up,
the betrayal. Oh, the betrayal. I can't believe that wig acted
Girl,
like that.
Why my wig? This my wig for the whole trip, y'all. This how I had looked it with the bald spots. And that's what irritated me. That I had no edges.
Friend, you ain't had no backup wig?
Note to self. I didn't know. I never had no problems with my wigs before. I had alopecia right here and no edges. That was just crazy. It was crazy.
But did you die?
I felt like it. I ain't going because you know when I had not right. I wanted to cry so bad.
That is fact.
But
I understand. Well, shout out to our lace baddies. I know sometimes they do turn on us, but you still. I mean, the social media pictures look bomb. So whatever was going on behind the scenes,
I was grabbing it from the back and pulling it to the front, grabbing it to girl. It was a lot, but it's all good.
That's fine too, because sometimes you have to.
You hear me?
Or what you
make
have.
It work.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So I hate that, and I see that, and I'm gonna raise you what irritated me this week. These niggas. It's so many things. Is it Uchiwale or is it one mic? Because at this point, I'm totally confused. And I just want to say to all the other confused brothers out there, please leave me alone. The stuff is weird. Like, I was doing this anonymous DM thing on Instagram because it was fun interacting, you know, with people who consider themselves my fans. And I always say, I don't have fans. I just have friends on the internet. No, baby, these people are fanatics. Because they was asking about my feet. And, you know, like, do you like to be tickled? And could I pay you?
You're not going to meet me in real life. And we're not looking up tomorrow. It's not going to happen though. Like, I don't understand.
Girl, the way they was in there, I was like, oh, I see why girls be putting their feet on the internet, because there's definitely a market for it. And it was so strange to me because I had never been approached like that. But I was just like, y'all have got to chill on the weirdness. Like, it's giving serial killer. It's giving you got your own documentary on Lifetime. It's giving, you know, you sniff shoes at the supermarket or something, or, you know, like at the mall. And so I don't know. It was just very weird behavior. And I just wanted to say that I did a video on it, but I just wanted to make sure I said that so the people that listen to the podcast know that is very weird behavior.
Can I disclose something?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You got OnlyFans with feet on it.
I'm going to tell you, it's been like...
Drop the link, friend, because I'm this close.
I really want to do it because I know it's a market for it. Is that crazy that for maybe 3 years I've been considering doing that? But I've always thought people were going to think I'm a weirdo.
I don't think it's crazy at all. I don't think you're a weirdo. The people who buy the pictures, them the weirdos. So get your money. Like, the bag is the bag at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't judging you, and I have too considered. But y'all gonna be mad when y'all get on there and it's just me,
girl,
with my
or
dog,
flipping pages of the Bible with your big
chickens out here.
Flipping reading them flipping
Scriptures.
pages.
I will be knitting sweaters and scarves with these feet.
That's
okay,
funny.
The way I'm about to piss y'all off for $9.99 a month.
I'm tempted. I'm gonna let you know if I do it. I'm tempted though.
Okay, so we'll drop the link first. Let me
see what's going on in there.
See,
thank you, my manager. That's my manager. Y'all, my feet manager.
We're gonna do like a social media. Yeah.
Yes,
foot manager.
yes.
Everybody need a foot manager. So of course, we have this SpeakPipe link, and people can reach out to us, and I love that they have been doing it. I love communicating with people, so I just want to make sure that they know that you can do that. Make sure y'all check us out, leave us a voicemail, and we're going to respond to you on air. But let's get into some of these hot topics, because Lynee, I just have a question. Our good friend and resident fine uncle Lenny Kravitz said that he's been celibate for 9 years. The question is you about that celibacy life? Why or why not? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I have things to discuss with the community.
I'm going to say I have been celibate before. It was like for a year. So I was going through a whole fast, and I was trying to get my life together. You know what I mean? Become closer to God. And I feel like that was more of a distraction. So I was like, okay, let me cut that out of my life. That way I can attract what I feel like I want and deserve. You know, I'm a pray on it kind of thing. And so I did that for a year. Girl, got out of it and met the worst person ever. I don't think it worked.
You should have just got the peen. Because
I don't think it worked. And then also, have you ever been celibate in a relationship? Girl, yes, the worst. They talking about they asymptomatic. I don't even know what that is. Like, or asexual. Girl, no, do I know what I'm talking about?
Well, I don't know. So I think the whole conversation, like, I feel like when people have, okay, let me backtrack, because before I say what I'm about to say, I have to clarify what I'm about to say. It is very easy to be celibate when you realize a lot of these dudes just really don't deserve it.
Yes.
So
that part.
With that being said, 9 years is a stretch.
I can't do 9 years.
I don't know about that. Now, I feel like if I'm single, then it's no problem, because I'm not sleeping with nobody anyway. But in this good relationship, we're committed to each other.
That part.
Sir.
That part.
You draws at least 3 to 4 times a week. I need it. I need it. Mama, Daddy, I'm sorry, because I know y'all love my podcast and y'all been tuning in. I apologize in advance for what you're about to hear, but I'm going to need that. You're going to have to come up off of that.
I don't blame you. But what if they have a low sex drive, or they don't want to have sex, or like that's not something they want to do? Then how do you stay committed and like within your feminine energy in that relationship if they're not meeting your needs when it comes to that?
Then that's not the man for me. Is this thing on? Check. Mic check.
No, girl. Because I feel that.
I feel like it's just different in a relationship. You know, like, especially when you're committed to somebody, you've been with them for a while. Like, that's a form of intimacy. That's how you connect with them. So, baby, I'm trying to go to the park and go to dinner and do game night. The
fact that that's never on the table is crazy. It's like begging for it is wild. To beg your partner to, be intimate with you is not doing absurd. Okay, clenching my pearls. But I was in a relationship where that was a thing. And girl, what? Absolutely not.
Well, you're not in the relationship anymore, so that
ding, ding,
pretty
ding.
much sums that up. Ding, ding, ding. So you made a really dope point though when you said, have you ever been in a relationship and been celibate? And so I feel like I was in something, and this person just disgusted me after a pattern of things, like a certain type of behavior. And so it made me be like, I'm good. And I realized we had been together, and it was like a year and a half, and we hadn't been intimate at all. And I was like, girl, what are you doing? Send this man back into the wild. Like, we are wasting our time
back
here.
into the wild.
Release him of his duties and allow him to go be with some. Because why you not, why you don't want to touch me? Like, we cool, just not, being physically intimate. So I was like, Yeah, you and Lenny Kravitz can have that because the way this mid-30s
Come
thing is set
on.
up,
Come on.
like
It's not everything, but it's something. Because people will try to make this conversation into
it's
like,
something,
that's
and
all
it's not
that
for
matters.
play.
No, we're not saying that. What we're saying is like,
Right.
it's still something. It's still a part of the relationship. It still keeps you guys close together. It still brings like, you know, you just want to feel like a unit together. You know, without it, sometimes you
Right.
forget that part, the intimacy. Want to be romanticized. Like, what happened to the romance? And I think people forget that that's really important to keeping the adrenaline pumping in a relationship.
Yeah.
That's how you start to get bored with each other, if you just forget those simple things that matter.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. It's all a part of, you know, a big scheme of things that make you close to your partner. So I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Shout out to you
Yeah,
if you're celibate.
absolutely.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
decline to be
The
part of
9
the
years.
community. Respectfully, of
Miss
course.
me with the 9
Respectfully.
years.
Yeah, that's too much. So I think this is interesting because, you know, celibacy and not dealing with people, you know, that's all a thing. And so then people get to start asking questions about, you know, well, what do I do in marriage? How do I find my partner? And something interesting that they're really doing in Japan, I saw this article, and people are marrying their friends. So instead of like a romantic partnership, they are called friendship marriages. Have you seen this?
No.
Where they center around companionship, and so they get
Ooh.
tax breaks. They can live together or apart, and societal acceptance, which is so crazy for me. But as I sit here and I think back on all the relationships I've ever been in, I can wholeheartedly say my friends have treated me so much better than
Agreed.
any man. And that is sad because it's like, hey, flowers just because. I know you had a rough day. I sent some food to your house. Girl, you look cute today. You want to go grab lunch? Okay, friend, you losing weight. Your skin is clearing up. I love that hair. Like constant praise and admiration and just genuine, authentic like love for you. And so it'd be hard for me to look at stuff like this and completely just write it off, because I'd be like,
I feel that.
can we live in like a house that's joined by a tunnel? And you know what I'm saying? Like maybe I entertain people when I feel like it, because if the tax breaks come with it,
That's so
it,
interesting.
you know?
I'm trying to think. Like, I have had relationships where I was treated extremely well. You know what I mean? We just didn't work out. You know, that kind of thing. But if we're talking about my friend, I feel like I could do that. I feel like I really could do that. Like, this is a friend. This is like a best friend, no benefits. Hold on. We ain't talk about the benefit part. This is friends, just friends, or is this friends with a little benefit?
Just friends. It's you could decide, my homegirl from 7th grade, I want to be in a friendship marriage with her. And y'all can raise kids with other people if y'all want to, have separate relationships and arrangements. Like, all of it is legal in Japan. And I think it's so not, I don't, the word is not crazy or interesting, but it's just new. And why we ain't thinking it sooner?
I think it's cool. I think it's dope. I think I would have to think whether or not, if I'm going to find somebody else to be married to. Because I don't, you know, you can't marry twice. So I guess that's the thing. It's like, do I want to be sold on being married to my actual person, or am I opting out for this to be the last time I marry and this is where I want to settle down? I think that's a good way to kind of think of it, because if I get to a crossroads where it's like, I think I'm done dating and I think I'm going to settle on my friend, then yeah. But if I still want to have kids, be in a serious commitment, things like that, then I wouldn't do it.
That's fair. I think that's fair. I think the appeal is just not having to be
involved,
romantically intertwined with somebody, or just responsible for their emotions. Because when you are dating somebody, or you know, you married to them, every decision you make affects you in the relationship. So, you know, like that emotional labor, I talked to one of my friends about this like ad nauseum. It's so tiring to have to like predict what somebody is gonna think or how they're gonna feel about something. And it's not that we mind being considerate of your feelings, but when the person is irrational, or the person has proven to have a pattern of doing just weird stuff, or not being responsible or accountable and things like that, it just be like, baby, what is really the point of this? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's like, I can be alone and just focus on my own emotions.
That part.
And the things
somebody who just like, it's always something wrong. Like there's always an issue. Everything has to be. How do you feel about bringing everything to the table all the time? Like that is like also super stressful, dealing with someone who feels like every single thing you do needs to be addressed. You know, how do you allow someone to just still show up as themselves authentically if you are constantly checking them? I feel like that will almost shut a person down from no longer wanting to vocalize their thoughts, their opinions, feeling like they have a voice in a relationship if they feel as though they're in a dictatorship where they can't really maneuver the way that they want to or are used to maneuvering because someone is hypersensitive or feel as though they have to always tell you what you're doing wrong, you know?
Well, I think that's a really good point. And I'm guilty of this because I have been the girl in a relationship who would not speak up, be scared to rock the boat. You know, I don't want to hurt his feelings. I'm walking on eggshells. And I just decided I'm not doing that anymore. If it bothers me, I'm going to say something. And if I have to say something too many times, then you're just not the man for me. Because what I don't want you to do is change a bunch of things about yourself and feel like you're at your core, you're no longer who you are, to try to make me happy.
I agree.
Go be with somebody else. Somebody else might not require this
like
much.
not
You know
require
what I'm saying?
any
And
of
I think that that's okay. Yeah. And I think that that's totally fine. But we, you know, like seeing how my parents were, I don't be wanting to give up on stuff. And I'd be like, well, maybe if we just fix this and it, baby, leave. Yeah. Leave. You're not working for him. He's not working for you. Y'all can just leave and it be cool. But pride is what keeps people trying to fix and control and manipulate and, I'm going to win the breakup. And I'd be like, nigga, y'all both lost.
And you can have it. Like, more than anything, I think I've learned how to just bow out gracefully. Like, I've just come to a place where, like, bowing out gracefully is a thing. Like, I don't need to go back and forth. I don't need to keep having the same conversations. Once you have enough conversations about a topic, I think that it's okay to say, maybe we're not making any progress here. Maybe it's time to kind of bow out gracefully and let this pass. I think that's really, I think that relationships can be complicated in ways like that. But I think as just adults, we have to learn when it's time to let go and not be afraid to. You know, you don't have to be afraid to let go. We are both very beautiful women, and there are a lot of beautiful women as well as men. Because I don't want to just say this is only women who deal with this. Like, men too. Be okay with letting go. I know we talk about our ages and where we are and things like that, but you don't have the final say. You don't have the final say of how, like, your life is going to turn out. God does. So as long as you believe that it's going to work for you, it's going to work out, period.
I know that's right. So because you mentioned age, quick little side note. How do you feel being a Black woman? Because I know that you've gotten this too. Like, every time you speak up or give your opinion about something, the throwaway is, well, you're going to die alone. That's why y'all single. And this is this and this. Or people constantly harp on you to settle down and have kids. Because my personal opinion is I will date a new man every year if it means that I'm not married to somebody who makes me miserable.
Keep going, because hold on.
Okay, so I didn't know if that was just me or not, but I think too many times women be so quick to, I got a man. Sis, you and everybody in the community, he's not even just your man.
Thank you.
You're sharing him with 3 other people. And that's to me, I don't mind being somebody's wife. But do you have a problem being my husband? Because that comes with a lot of other things. And let's be clear. Women have been conditioned to fit this wife model since childhood, right? We're taught cook, clean, have sex, take care of the kids, all these different things. Men are told, make sure you have some money. You know what I'm saying? Like, just make sure you have some money.
And that's it. Just be a provider. And that's all you got to do.
Physically abusive. And don't be physically abusive. Don't hit your wife and make sure you pay all the bills. And I'm like, baby, the bar is in hell because who is orchestrating these metrics? Like, why are y'all making it so easy for men to and I know that we live in this society where it's patriarchal and men make more. They are able to do more. They're physically stronger. They're smarter. They're worth more. They're more valuable. And we see this reflected in our pay and how people treat us in general. So it's always been kind of confusing to me that women have to jump through all these hoops and stay down with a man while he ain't got no money. You know what I've learned about a lot of these brothers? If you don't meet the criteria, they might sleep with you. They might sleep with you, but baby, we're not settling down. So
I
why
agree.
we can't do that
I definitely
too?
agree. I wish I had more of a better representation of healthy marriages in my life. You know what I mean? I wish that showed up, because I heard you say, like, women will be like, oh, I got a man, but do you have the right man? That's the biggest thing. Like, I can get a man. That's not hard to do. Like, I can get one.
Like, it's so easy to come by. I could be driving down 75 and a penis would fly in my window. So it's not like y'all are hard to get.
It's not that. It's about the right man. You know what I mean? But it's also about being receptive to the right man or the right partner. You know, like whomever. I think that's the biggest thing. I think that as women, we are constantly trying to prove ourselves, and I think we've done a really good job because we're pissing a lot of men off. That's how you know when you're doing well at it. When we are beating the odds, we're showing up, we're asking for more pay, we're exceeding expectations in the workforce, we're doing it on our own. Now we even want to marry each other. Okay, so you see how you're just starting to be completely X'd out. You see how you're becoming a non-factor altogether. That's the reason. That's the reason, because you have us constantly showing up as super independent, having to fight these battles instead of kind of joining us with it. I feel like if we had more men participation in these areas, we would be able to come together and kind of just change the way things are going for women, and not really black women, but women overall. You know what I mean? Like, if we didn't battle each other so much in this area. I feel like things would be better if we could just work as a unit. Like, that's all I think. I don't know. I just wish we weren't fighting this battle alone, because it's also causing them to just be pushed all the way to the back. Like, oh, cool. I don't want nothing to do with you no more. I hate that. I don't like that.
Yeah, me either. And I think it's like everybody's a little insecure and afraid of being vulnerable, because right now we living in this space, especially with social media. I call it the microwave age. Everybody want everything right now. And if you sit on Instagram all day, you'll think that you can have it right now, because her life looks like that. His life looks like that. You ain't done half the work. So when you see these people in these marriages, they might have had some hard times. They may have some tough conversations, but people don't be willing to have them conversations. And I feel like the sooner you have them, the sooner you can figure out, well, is this somebody I need to invest my time and energy in, or is it not? And if you have those conversations, you'll get an answer. It won't be long.
You get that answer.
And because we've all prayed this prayer, Lord, if this person is not for me,
please remove them. And that person show you all the signs under the sun, and you be like, I don't want to leave right now.
I need more signs. I need more signs, Lord. Like if he really not the one for me, make lightning strike. Like, girl, the man has cheated on you. Completely your pH balance is always off. He had a baby on you. Like, he don't respect you. He don't require that anybody else respect you. God didn't even have nothing to do with this. You knew before you prayed that this was not the nigga for you. You did all of this on your own, at this point, you're hard-headed. You hard-headed, and you walking into this fire with gasoline draws on. Girl. That's on you, sis. That's on you. So what do we do? Because I feel like you said you wish that we had some help with that. And I think, like, sometimes I just wish men were coached earlier to be emotionally available and have empathy, because I think sometimes they feel like, what you crying for? The bills paid. What you crying for? Your hair did. What you crying for? Like, I'm spiraling out of control. Can you just sit with me for 2 seconds?
Literally.
Just
it's like, and what's crazy? Because you be going through all of that, and it's like they always find a way to make it worse. Like, you trying to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. You literally doing everything in the world by yourself, and they will find a way to, like, let me add more stress to you. How about I make it even worse? That's the part I don't understand. It's like, oh my God.
Or here they come. Exactly. Like, bro, do I look like I want to have sex with you right now?
Right. Oh my God, girl.
It be too much going on. And you just said a word right there. Because when I say, baby, stress is not even an accurate depiction of what be going on sometimes. And I'm like, bro, if you could just
make my make my load lighter in some kind of way? Could you, like, you see me struggling, you see me trying to do this, could you help a lending hand, something, like anything?
Right. And it don't even need to be money. Like, I think men think their worth is tied up in money. And they think because women like to date men with money, that all women feel like
it's based on
your value is in your wallet. And I like, don't now let's be clear.
Right.
We're
Don't
not
show up
dating a
broke
broke
because it's
person.
never
Okay.
given that.
If you're broke, you should not be dating. However, there are some things that are more valuable than a big bank account. Does this man really love me? Does he listen to me? Does he enjoy just communicating with me? Because I had a dude tell me, I ain't no girl. I don't need to sit up and talk to you when I come home. I said,
Whoa.
I said, child, let me shut up then. But now here's the thing, though. If you don't want to talk to me, don't worry about who I'm talking to.
Come on.
So I just want to make sure I throw that out there, because a lot of people be like, well, I ain't finna do this and I ain't finna do that. You don't have to.
But create the space. I think that too. Like, what you think about people creating the space to talk, to want to communicate, to want to talk? Like, create the space where it feels like you can.
Yeah, I think, like you said, if every time, not even just criticizing people, but sometimes if I have a concern and every time I bring you a concern, you tell me that I'm being hypersensitive, that's going to make me shut down too. Now we both feel like we can't talk, when what we really need is a little bit of understanding and just like some balance. Like, hey, I understand that you didn't mean to hurt me, but this is how I felt. Okay, babe, I'm sorry. You're right. I did not mean to hurt you. What would you like me to do next time? Or this is what I can do next time. Or let's collaborate on what the result should be. Like, what's the solution? But people feel so attacked. And instead of helping me find a solution to the problem, you would rather sit up here and defend what you did or think you didn't do. And I'm like, bro, at the end of the day, I'm sitting here hurt. There's a fracture in the relationship. How do we fix it? Right? So what does that even look like? Creating a space when you feel like, you know, if I say something, you're just going to say, you know, I'm overreacting. I just want people to get what they feel like they need in relationships. And if that means you got to walk away from somebody, then that's what that means. If it means you got to try something outside the box, you know, you might have to date somebody a little older. You maybe have to date somebody a little fairer skin.
Wait,
not my cup of tea. But,
no, I'm good on that.
That ain't what we
I'm good on that. But, everybody else can do their thing.
Girl, somebody got in my DMs. Somebody got in my DMs and asked me would I date a poor white man. I said, you lost me at poor.
That part.
Because the only reason black women be dating these white men. Okay. That's the number one reason on the list, bro. You can't, like, we gonna need that part.
No,
like,
we gonna definitely need them to have some money. What we talking about?
You gotta come with the money.
You're not even using your privilege right. I don't like how you're not using your privilege right. Like, that let me know part. You don't have no ambition. You're not using your privilege right. I don't like that.
You should have 2 uncles with golf courses and 6 trust funds by now.
Right. What is going on
in your life? What have you been doing? That's so crazy. Because, you know, relationships, we could talk about them all the time. I know one time we mentioned like boundaries and stuff in relationships, because I think this is a good segue to talk about. There was a video floating around. Everybody knows Tonight's Conversations is it's a ace metaphor, and Trip Fontaine and a host of other, you know, panelists, they get together, they travel, and they talk about relationship issues, and fans are able to, you know, ask questions. And so this one guy asked, what would you do if somebody's ex keeps popping up? Like, have you ever had this happen? And they just kind of never go away. And I really want to know what you think about this, because I have a hard stance on this.
Hard stance. For me, I'm only going to speak for me. I've been in on both sides of the street, right? Where, and let's just say he wasn't popping up, because that never gave that. Like, I shut that down all the way. But at the same time, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little like nit about when he would, and we had no contact, and that was why he was showing up, because I just cut him off completely, and he would just show up at my door. So I did, when I was dating and doing little things, like, I stopped. Girl, let me tell you, I learned my lesson about posting in real time on social media. I remember one time I was getting my nails done. He showed up at the nail salon, stayed there the whole time while I was there, like, after we had broke up. It was so uncomfortable. The nail lady kept asking me, like, are you okay? And I'm like, I think so. Like, I just didn't know what to do. Like, stop posting.
Girl, no, stranger danger. Girl, stranger police. Why would you ask me, am I okay? Girl, like, you see me sweating bullets and I can't even keep my feet still while you doing my pedicure. Call the
My
law.
nerves was so bad, friend. Like, I was sitting there like, I she could feel me being so uncomfortable because I was like, why would he just show up, girl? He showed up at the nail salon, everything, like would not leave, like walked out to the car, everything with me. It was crazy. So he was one of them ones who just popped up. I just stopped posting in real time. Like I had to learn that, but it wasn't because we was dealing with each other. You know what I mean? Like that was just him not wanting to take no for an answer, like a psychopath. Like who does that? But whatever, that was that.
How long had it been since y'all had communicated?
It probably had been at least like 2 months since we had last communicated. And he's...
Oh, girl, he needs to be in a straight jacket.
Like a psychopath. Like he was lunching. But...
That's crazy. I'm so sorry that you had to go through that. And I think a lot of women have this experience. I broke up with this guy and I texted him because I said I refused to call. And I was cool with his mom, his sisters, and everything. And I texted him. I said, please, this is over. You know, like, we don't have to communicate. I'm not going to bother you, and I don't want you to bother me. If you come here again, I'm going to call the police. Usually, that will scare a person off.
Yeah, usually that didn't happen.
A sane person, right? A sane person would just go on by their business.
Bye.
Girl, I come outside the next day getting ready to go to the gym. Why he walk up on me in the parking lot of my apartment complex, and he was like, hey, I just wanted to tell you that I was really sorry, you know, face to face. I just wanted you to see me.
No.
I already told you I don't want to see you.
Thank you.
So what I had to do was I said, listen, I called his mama and I called his sister. I said, the next time he's around me, I'm going to put him in jail.
Yeah.
This is my second time saying something to him. I'm letting y'all handle this before I do what I need to do, because I hate to be the reason a black man go to jail. Because they'll never let me live it down on social media.
You hear about it every day under every post.
Like, why y'all trying to tell black man that? He shouldn't have been in my bushes. He shouldn't have been in my bushes. Okay?
No, for real.
Because it don't, like, no matter what we had, if I say I no longer want to communicate with you, allow me
Please,
that.
the space.
Just allow me that.
Why won't you give me
and why
no
you
space?
Want to be with somebody who don't want to be with you? That's insane, bro. These dudes be crazy. So what do you say to somebody? Because I think that a lot of women be...
Girl, I would not deal with that right now.
And they don't
I would say if somebody was even dealing with me while I was dealing with that, do not deal with me right now until I get that together. I don't care about none of that stuff. Like, I don't care about none of it. If anybody I'm dating, their ex is popping up, I want nothing to do with you. I don't care. Because I'm not going to deal with no drama and like just unnecessary drama. And then you might got kids and then you probably got baby mama drama. And then who knows with that mother and son relationship. You know how they be all intertwined, the mother and son. It's too much drama. Now I got to take on more than I can chew. I don't got time for that. I don't feel like dealing with it.
Girl, preaching to the choir.
Okay.
Know all about it. Went there, bought a t-shirt, stayed for a couple of weeks. Really wish I hadn't. Ended up with bed bugs. Girls, but no, that, like, it really be crazy to see stuff like that, you know, happening in real time, because you hear stories, you see movies, TV shows and stuff, and you just never think something like that will happen to you until you're in that moment, and you're almost like paralyzed with fear. So that's why I stopped saying, well, if I was in that situation, this is what I would do, because that is true. Know. And these men, like, I like them tall and, you know, a little muscular, so you know what I'm saying? Like, if you walk up on me, like, it's a clear imbalance of power. You don't know. You know what I'm saying?
What's
like,
gonna happen.
Like, I'm not finna fight you and win. You know what I'm saying? So I just be like, I just would like for, you know, hey, if you're out there and you're struggling with rejection, there is a number that I can call, and it will be 911. There's no help for you.
That part.
There's no help for you, but I will be calling 911. So I'm just throwing that out there, like, just. Please, if someone says they're done and that is what they want, just, you don't want them problems, okay? It could escalate and nobody wants
Don't think that that's cute.
Don't nobody
like,
lose
I hate
life.
that people think that that's cute. That's not cute. The ex popping up and showing up and you think that that's not cute. You're actually in danger. Do you understand when you're in danger? Now you're confusing me. Can you pick up on cues? Somebody's ex popping up all the time. Girl, you don't know nothing about that person. You don't know what they're capable of. What you do know is that they unpredictable because they're popping up. You should be worried about your safety and you should be getting up out of it. Ain't no reason for you to be sticking around because you like him. Absolutely. It ain't worth it. Trust me.
There's not a man on this planet that is so cute that I just have to let him invade my privacy like that. Nah, like, bro, you done crossed the boundary and you got to go. You just got to go. So I think this is a perfect We was joking about this last week. Why he said we could do what that nigga say.
Oh, period. Yes. Okay, let's wait. Jerrilyn, you go first because I forgot.
I'm excited. Look, girl, I could never forget. I could never forget what that nigga say. This is about to be one of my new favorite segments because this is the time where we talk about what's the craziest thing a man ever said to you in any kind of situation. And I'm here to tell you right now, I'm going to get you pregnant is a threat, okay? It's a threat.
And call the police and get a restraining order immediately.
You're going to jail. It's not cute. I don't take it lightly. You're going to jail, okay? That's a threat, sir.
Yeah.
That's a threat. And you know, one of my favorites, you should have been my baby mama. Well, you surely didn't wait. You didn't wait. So clearly it wasn't.
Exactly. Why you ain't wait for me then? Why you ain't wait for me?
Just making up stories. Girl,
I have a story for this, actually.
Come on with it. Come on.
Girl, so I remember way back when I was at a hookah lounge, right? And I, had my little table. I had my little hookah. Ordered me some food and drinks. Me and my friends was there, whatever. And this dude just kind of walked over in the section and, sat down beside me. Now, I thought this was a friendly conversation. He was, he was okay. He wasn't the bomb. He was all right. But he sat beside me and was like, oh, how you doing, whatever, boom. So I felt comfortable. Until he was like, oh, what you do for a living? So I told him, oh, I'm a program manager at a nonprofit in D.C. helping the homeless, secure, stable housing kind of vibe, right? He was like, oh, you broke.
Friend.
I said, come again? Because I was like, what? It's you threw me off with that. He was like, I mean, you broke. I said, if you don't get your clout, I didn't know we was at the Soul Circus. You can go back and do acrobats with them at the circus. Had I known this was an intruder, I would have never let you cross that line. Now I feel like shots is about to be fired because I can't believe you came over here just to disrespect me. See, that's the type of foolery that I be talking about.
I'm trying to understand, even if you feel this way, just get up and walk away. I don't date broke men, so I just don't give them my attention. I don't call them broke. They figure it out, And Girl. They always be so stressed when they broke too. Broke men are not nice at all.
But you don't have no table. You don't have no hookah. You don't have no drinks or no food. Not only that, you crossed the line to come over where I'm sitting at my table and I'm broke. Excuse me,
girl.
I think you got the roles reversed.
When they say bring something to the table. That's what he was talking about. He wanted to be at your table, sis. He needed your table. You missed it. You missed it, girl. You missed it. He was trying to be at your table.
Girl, what? That threw me off. That was the wildest thing a nigga said to me was that I was broke. And I had more than him in that moment. Okay? It didn't take a lifetime for me to develop these things. In that moment, I had more than him.
You probably got more now. Let's be honest. That's the type of person who don't make no money. To come in here and call somebody broke, okay, you're projecting. Find something to do.
That threw me off.
Now that's kind of bold. I ain't never. That's wild. I ain't never heard nobody say nothing like that.
It was bold.
That's kind of crazy.
It was bold
that he called you broke.
Is that crazy?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Why would he come up to me and just say that? I'm like, oh my God. And when something happened in a moment, you really don't even know.
You be shy. Right,
I'm just like, let me lean on him. Because now once I get my thought together, girl, leaned on him for 10 minutes straight, non-stop, going on his shoes, on his hair, what he had on, how he don't have that. But why did you have to take me out of my element to go on you like that? That's crazy. You just wanted me to fry you up in the middle of the hookah lounge like that? That's crazy. Why did you want that for yourself?
Baby, catfish on a weekend. He didn't know what he was walking into. He didn't know what he was walking into. But it's sad that you... I be trying to be modest. And, people love to say men need respect. And I saw something on Threads that really caught my attention. They said when men talk about respect, they're talking about authority. When women talk about respect, they're talking about being treated like a human being.
Yeah.
And I wonder if other people think that, or if other people are realizing this or feel this way, because that's one of them moments where somebody could easily say, well, you didn't have to talk to him like that. Why you do all of that? You can't disrespect no man like that. Baby, you brought yourself over into my section.
Girl,
She called me bro.
Right here. To just talk trash. Because what happened was, this is what I think what happened.
You left me alone, for real.
What happened was, you seen me out here doing my big one, and it wasn't no dude around. You watched me all of this by myself, and you felt some type of way about it. Let's talk about why you really mad. Because there's no man over here doing all this. Once again goes back to what we're talking about. I'm living in my independence completely. You hated that for me. You was like, how can I go over there and ruin that for her? To let her know she ain't nothing. And it did nothing. Like, the party still went on. After I told you to get your goofy, stupid ass out of this
you up in the club, get roasted for no reason.
Right.
You could have just over there and minded your business.
Child, that was crazy. That was crazy.
Now look at you getting freakazoid over here in the VIP. It's
Girl.
sad now. It's sad. But they, we need them. So we have to. Lynee, please let me say it first.
Don't even with their need them. No, ma'am.
I am trying to give them.
No, ma'am.
Some grace.
No, ma'am.
I don't know. I don't think we need them for real. But, I think the whole conversation the leg that they stand on is, well, how you gonna make a baby? Child, I seen an article the other day saying that women are reproducing on their own.
Yes.
I don't know how true it is, but I'm gonna do some more research. And it ain't even like,
yes.
I'm telling you why I want a man. Can I just be real why I want a man?
Why?
When I walk down the street, I need niggas to know not to play with me. Like, that energy. Like, when somebody's standing next to you and they like, oh, no. Because men don't respect us for real. They respect the presence of other men. So, I really just be wanting somebody to be like, nah, don't try her. Don't try her. Because that nigga don't play that. Like, he don't play about her. And I think every woman wants a man that doesn't play about her. Like, not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually. Like, just don't play about me. Like, if you're going to be in my life, show up and do everything that you said you was going to do, because that's how you build trust and that's how you win me over. So, quiet as kept, honey. I just want somebody that don't play about me.
I know that's right. I love that. I am in a headspace where I don't want nobody. I think I'm going to just fend for myself out here. I'm willing to fend for myself. I don't want nobody. I'm good.
It really
everybody gets on my nerves. So I'm good.
Really be like that. And I can understand. Sometimes it's like, bro, the headache that y'all come with, I'd rather just figure out how to pay the bills on my own, because most of them know that they provide financial stability in some way. But when you're dealing with somebody like us who have built our following on social media, we kind of we have established a career,
and we are financially stable. Like, I am solid on the stable part. Like, I am financially stable. So, like, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm straight.
And I think that's what they hate, because they use money as manipulation. And so when you can't come in my life and just say things because you pay all the bills, like, that make them real mad. So I learned that. And I push that button as often as I can. Moving on. That's probably the problem. My dad watching this like, I am sick of her.
I don't care. Be sick of me. Be prepared to be sick of me all the time then.
That's how I feel, because I think that I was raised like, bro, you can have whatever you want. Like, if you work hard for it, you can have whatever you want. Don't let nobody play with you. So if you dealing with a man, he need to be respectful. If you have friends, they need to be your friend. They need to have your back. They need to tell you when you're wrong. So when I think about relationships with other people, I be like, y'all lack integrity. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. You lack integrity. So I think what I'm craving is integrity in people. And when I find it, Lynee, I will let you know. But I can assure you,
and ask if they got brother. Georgia. Ask if they got brother.
It's not down here. It's not in Georgia. I can tell you that.
It's not in Georgia.
No. But, okay, so are you ready? Are you ready, Lynee?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
It's time for a sister to sister. Now,
period.
Jahi, I don't know what you got planned for us. But cue up the tape and let us see what mess we in this week.
Child.
Hey girls, I just have to know, why do men hate women so much? Like, we trying to get a bag. Why do they hate us? Because we successful.
Shanita, it's funny that you brought that up.
Like, what? I feel like this was the episode for you, girl.
I hope you tuned in to the first 30 minutes because we answered all your questions. We answered all your questions, baby. It's the insecurity. It's the fact that your success and your financial stability don't come from them. And they use it as a means to control. That's the only reason. And look, I be trying to tell people, hey, if you don't find a man who, or if a man doesn't find you, let me say, who is secure in who he is and doesn't mind you being a diamond and shining, then don't be with him. Because a lot of these dudes can't take being, not the center of attention or not the star of the relationship. And you don't learn that until it's one of the most important days of your life. Or, you get something really good happen to you and then you see them over there with their face crunched up, like
or just starting arguments with you for no reason.
Starting arguments for no reason.
Just trying to ruin it.
Always trying to ruin your good days. Sista said don't let that happen. You always got to have your good days.
Sista did say it first. Sista said it first. I think that in this situation, what I because I feel like, I ain't gonna put him out there. I am gonna put him out there.
Put him out there.
I had a family. I had a family member. You get away. I had a family member that basically told me that I would never get a partner or a significant other because I'm too independent and they don't make him like his mama no more, right? And that really hurt my feelings. And I had to reflect on that. And I said the reason why he feels that way, because I had to look at who he dates. Okay? And he dates. They not me. They don't exude some of the qualities.
No reason for you to describe the types of people that this person dates. There's no reason for you to do this. You have time to back out of it now. You have time.
Okay. Let's just move on. What I'm saying is, what I'm saying is sometimes when we become hyper independent and we start making money, they don't know where they belong. There's a hard, they have a hard time figuring out, how do I contribute to this person? It's easier to contribute to somebody where you can identify exactly where you need to show up for them. They need their bills paid. They need their nails done. They need food for them and their kids. They need a place to stay. Those things are easy to identify when they lack it and it's obvious. When you're dealing with women who are getting money and they already have all of those things, you don't know where you belong, which causes you to be insecure, and then it causes you to act irrational, and it starts to look like hate. It looks like you hate us because you want to be a part of something, but you don't know how to, and that's the real problem. So,
or jealous that we were able to do it without your assistance. Because a lot of times they just want, the glory or the shine behind it, and it's nothing wrong. Like I feel like if I have a man that's doing something, baby, the way I'm finna be Rochelle from Everybody Hates Chris. Oh, baby, my man has 2 jobs. I don't have to take this. My man is on red carpets. My man did a movie with Tyler Perry. My man owns this. My man has that. I will never shut up. You'll never hear me cease communication about this man because that is my man, and I'm gonna talk about him all day, every day.
1,000%.
Men don't do that. They don't be like, man, she got it going on. They just find a way to tear you down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why?
It's like, I need her to go back to needing me. How can I make her need me?
Exactly.
And I hate that that's the angle y'all take. You don't have to take that angle. If you praise your woman, she will make everything in your life so much easier. When you spewing out venom and you're being nasty, or you know what I mean? You jealous. You in your ego. When you can't get out of your ego, you leave room for her to be a dude. Like, she gonna show up as a man. She gonna treat you like anything because you're treating her like anything. You're not showing her any respect. You're not saying, I'm proud of you. I see all your accomplishments. I see you going forward. You know what I mean? Like, women want praise too, even though it seems like we got it all together. I think that they don't realize that we still are women. We still are vulnerable. We still want to know that our partner is proud of us and stuff. Like, we don't want all that hoorah. Don't try to make me out to be your enemy. I don't want to be your enemy. I don't want to be your enemy. Why are you making me your enemy? That's weird.
That's what it's a competition. And I'm like, nobody has to be on top. Like, we can both just win together, but you made it a competition. So now I got to beat you. Anyway, because the greater one lives inside of me. And even on your best day, honey, you could never. So, like, I think people, like, when I feel like in my personal experiences, I have seen men try to diminish my self-esteem, or they tried to belittle me to make me feel smaller. so I won't show up in the big ways that I have been showing up.
Yep.
Because if I'm less productive and I'm less successful, then you can say, see, she ain't really all of that. But the lie detector test determined
that too
that
was a lie, baby. Come on.
That song was a lie, okay? So, I mean, you really have to be confident in who you are. You have to know yourself, and you have to really, you know, like, self-esteem is big with me. Like, since arrogance says, I'm better than you. And confidence just says, hey, I'm good at what I do. And a lot of people are confused about that. They be insecure and they automatically, who she thinks she is? She good? I am good at it. I am talented. I can sing. I am pretty. I have abs. Like, I'm funny.
Yeah.
None of how you feel about me is going to make any of that less true. So why not just help me
go away,
cultivate these gifts? Like what I look like getting with somebody who just going to tear me down? Baby, you in the way. Move. God's got a blessing with my name on it.
Please.
And you're in the way.
Move.
There we go.
Get out the way. Oh, not us both. You singing a church song and I'm
But ironically, they both apply. So let's not quench the Holy Spirit. Amen. Hallelujah. Because we're going to get this word, okay?
Come
We're
on.
going to get this word. Oh my gosh, Lynee, I have missed kikiing with you all week. I have missed it. I'm glad you enjoyed your birthday.
It's been such a vibe, y'all. We love everything about this podcast and truly hope that y'all are enjoying it as well, okay? But although we've come,
you said you wasn't going to do this no more.
End of the road.
You said it would stop.
Okay, so y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can keep up with when we upload, which is every Thursday, okay? And yeah, we'll be back on She Said It First.
Oh yeah, Urban One podcast on Urban One Podcast Network. We gonna see y'all next week. Don't forget to check in with us on SpeakPipe. We want to hear from you guys. So thank y'all. We love y'all. Peace.